I'm going to keep this video's intro brief. I'm going to be roasting one of the furries I did in another video. So during the process of making the last video where I mentioned the furries, there was a few more comments afterwards, and there was this one that, the most recent one since then, well, it's kind of outrageous in my opinion. So I'll be debunking and severely roasting this guy, because I absolutely hate him. So I'm not going to be reading out what he says unless I quote it, so pause to read to see what he says. Okay, so based off what they've said, he's practically said that gay sex is banned in, that just because gay sex is banned in some countries, that zoophilia and bestiality is acceptable. I know, great logic. I've seen better logic in a dementia-ridden autistic old man. And by the way, if I say something offensive, I don't care. I do it because it's funny and because people get offended on the internet. So if you're offended, didn't ask. Also, I'd just like to verify, him saying that gay sex being banned in some countries is somehow a valid point, which it isn't. It's mainly because of religion, which, granted, I don't agree with. I don't personally see why it's a problem. I mean, do what you want, innit? That's always how I've seen it, as long as it's not damaging, which zoophilia is. Animals cannot consent. And according to some research that I've done, the vast majority of the countries that have banned gay sex are Muslim and Christian countries. And for someone with a supposedly high IQ, you should be able to tell that gay sex and bestiality are entirely different. Mainly because gay sex is, it's specified to be between two humans of the same sex. And bestiality is practically rape on animals. Wait, not practically, it is. Sorry, my bad. I should have said that. Bestiality has been frowned upon for thousands of years. Now, you know how, like, I'm a man of facts and science, so the fact that I'm just about to use a quote from the Bible shows how annoyed I am with this person. Anyways, in Exodus 22:19, it says, anyone who has sexual relations with an animal must be put to death. Now, this book has been, it's been accepted for, thousands of years. No one has seemed to question it, and that's because it's not wrong. It's a valid argument, and I you know what, I fully agree with it. I think there should be the death sentence for people who rape animals. Also, in the 1900s, King Hammurabi, who was the leader of the Babylonian Empire, I believe it's called, could be wrong, said that anyone engaging in bestiality should be killed. Now, there are reasons why this happened, because why would you want to do it with an animal? Why would you want to? It's disgusting, it's horrible, it's uncivilized. Why would you want to? It's an animal. It is strictly inferior to humans. And also in the Bible, in Genesis 1:27, it states that bestiality loathes humanity, nothing more than an animal, a beast which is unable to distinguish right from wrong, natural from unnatural, love from lust. Now, I am not a Christian. I don't believe in the Bible. I'm trying to become Jewish. I haven't checked anything to do with any Jewish laws that state about bestiality. There probably is similar ones, seeing as Christianity is based upon Judaism. But the fact that they had these morals 2,000 years ago, when public execution was considered entertainment, shows how idiotic and just outright just primal you are. You're not even, I can't even describe you as human. You're probably one of, I'd say zoophiles are among the worst people in the world. And I'm including Nazis, murderers and stuff, because you rape animals. And I also have a statement from you that proves how primal and how you this just creates a bad stereotype for zoophiles being rapists. Now, these are your words. You said, and a country making zoo sex illegal is not going to stop me. Do you know how messed up that sounds? Like, I didn't know this when I first looked at it, you're a 40-year-old man, I'm assuming, that thinks it's acceptable to rape animals, like, despite our country's laws, and despite it being, seen as immoral over thousands of years. Like, if people 2,000 years ago were able to figure out that it's wrong, immoral and sinful, why can't you? And also, in another statement, you said there was 80 plus countries where gay sex was illegal. Now, according to my research, you are wrong. And I think if you're going to make a point that has a value to it, you should at least do some research beforehand. Now, according to my source, the BBC, there are 69 countries where gay sex is illegal. Now, according to my research, some further research, there are 50 countries in the world that are Muslim based, and that is purely based on religion. It's just, I don't think it makes sense that it's banned. I'm not trying to justify it, by the way, but it just proves how wrong you are. And you claim that the crime you commit is consensual. How is it? Like, I will go onto a Discord call with you, and I just want to hear how you believe it's consensual. Because even if a dog could show how it would want, give some form of indicator that it would want to, why would it? Because according to my research, the only animals that experience pleasure from sex are humans, pigs, and bonobos, which I don't know what that includes, to be honest. And for record, this does not include dogs. The only need that they'd want to have sex is to reproduce, and why would they want to do it with a human when, as you showed in a video, that you have 2 dogs, and I'm assuming there's a boy and a girl, didn't check. And while I'm talking about the jobs, how dumb are you? Like, seriously, do you think it's okay to record up close to a dog's private areas and post it onto YouTube? Like, what the actual fuck? Are you retarded? And just to say, your bio claims you ridicule zoophobes. Yet I have yet to be ridiculed, and you've been ridiculed over and over again. And you're 40 years old? You're beefing with a 16-year-old, which actually you shouldn't be beefing, because you're a vegan, and yeah, you probably wouldn't like that, would you? Oh wait, I don't give a fuck. And you claim that you have a job. From what I've seen, it looks like a job I've seen on Indeed that's part-time. So, yeah. Imagine being 40 years old and having a part-time job. Must suck. Anyways, I'd like to finish off this video with a closing statement. I don't understand why you need to prove you have a high IQ, because at the end of the day, you have no one to care for you, no one to love you, and no one to attend your funeral. So I guess stay mad and go fuck yourself.